Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. Sitting out here on the front porch, I'm waking up very quickly because it is cold, cold, cold. Here's my Cammy making another cameo appearance. Yep, she'll be doing a lot of that while we're out here. Hey, looking at our epistle lesson for this coming Sunday. It's from Romans. Oh no, not Romans. Yeah, Romans again. Romans is pretty tough stuff to understand. It takes a great deal of mental gymnastics to get through some of the things that Paul says. But you know what? It's possible. It can be done. And I have a suggestion for you. You need to pick up a couple different translations and read them all, because some of the speech patterns that Paul uses in his writings can get a bit complex and a little head scratching. But if you look at the different translations, sometimes you get that aha moment. That's what he's saying. And I'd like to just give you an example of that. For instance, our reading for this Sunday is from the 4th chapter, the first 5 verses. This is the book of Romans, and then it skips to 13 through 17. Just listen to how it starts from the Revised Standard Version. What then are we to say was gained by Abraham, our ancestor, according to the flesh? For if Abraham was justified by works, he has something to boast about, but not before God. For what does the scripture say? Abraham believed God, and it was reckoned to him as righteousness. Now, to one who works, wages are not reckoned as a gift, but as something due. But to one who without works trusts him who justifies the ungodly, such faith is reckoned as righteousness. For the promise that he would inherit the world did not come to Abraham or to his descendants through the law, but through the righteousness of faith. Okay, and the whole passage kind of goes on and on like that. And after a while, your head is spinning and you're going, huh? What did he say? Now, I'm going to read the same thing that I just read from the Message. So how do we fit what we know of Abraham, our first father in the faith, into this new way of looking at things? If Abraham, by what he did for God, got God to approve him, he could certainly have taken credit for it. But the story we're given is a God story, not an Abraham story. What we read in Scripture is Abraham entered into what God was doing for him, and that was the turning point. He trusted God to set him right instead of trying to be right on his own. If you're a hard worker and you do a good job, you deserve your pay. We don't call your wages a gift. But if you see that job is too big for you, that it's something only God can do, and you trust him to do it, you could never do it for yourself, no matter how hard and long you worked. Well, that trusting him to do it is what gets you set right with God. By God, sheer gift. See the difference there? Now, granted, the Message kind of goes way off track in any kind of word-for-word, precise translation, but it tries to pick up all the nuances that you find in the Greek writing and the things that somehow don't sit right with us as we read this stuff today. Back then, the people listening to Paul are probably going, yeah, okay, now we got it. So what exactly is going on in our passage for today? Put simply, and this is maybe oversimplifying it, it is the God story of Abraham. And the fact that, okay, let's just backtrack one step, okay? Remember, Paul is writing to Christians who, for the most part, are Jewish. They're Jewish Christians. They've been Jews all their lives. They've been following the Torah, the law. They've gone to temple worship. They've done everything right. And now they believe that Jesus has come into this world and done a marvelous thing, not just the rising from the dead, but giving, more than that, giving new life to all of us. Yeah, isn't that awesome? We are his chosen people, and he's given us new life. Oh, but what about those people over there who aren't Jewish? Yeah, they don't fall in the line of Abraham or any other Jews for that matter. Okay, now you see what's going on. There's a big difference. Now there's a bit of a conflict. Are they saved, so to speak? Are they going to go to heaven? Paul's answer is, you bet. Because it's not us that gets us there, it's God that gets us there. This is truly a God thing. And it started, Abraham was a part of that, because what he gets into detail through the rest of this Romans talk that we have for this coming Sunday, and in the rest of the book of Romans, is that you have to remember that Abraham was faithful and trusted and believed in God in faith without there being a Ten Commandments, a Torah. That wasn't in existence yet with Abraham. So keep that in mind. We aren't made holy and justified by the law, by the Ten Commandments, by this Torah, or all the 613 some commandments that are found in the Old Testament. That's not what does it. What does it is us putting our faith and trust in God to get us there. Yeah. And it's not that the Torah, the law, the Ten Commandments are bad. No, they are great. They're a gift from God to help us along the way. But it's our commitment of our wills and our hearts to follow God and to listen to Him. That is what makes all the difference in the world. And because of that, even those people over there who don't believe the way we do, who don't believe in Yahweh, the God of Israel, you know what? As they come to trust in that God of Israel, they are now part of the family. There's a lot of family talk when it comes to Abraham. You will be the father of many nations. But don't forget, there's also that part in there that we read from our Old Testament lesson for this coming week, that through Abraham, all families of the world will be blessed. Okay, so what looks so hard and is kind of difficult to read really comes down to something pretty basic. God so loved the world. Not just this little group of people over here. The world. And that includes you and me. Okay, well, wake up to this nice, cool, brisk morning. And you know what? Go for a nice walk before the next round of snow comes. God's blessings be with you this day.